Hey everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides of the universal energies. Entertainment only. Okay, TGIF, and I wonder what crazy is going to come out tonight. Okay, where on earth do I absolutely start? There's just so much to look at. I haven't even given this much of a thought. Okay, I might have a look at Todd Blanche. Actually, no, I'm going to have a look first up at the mainstream media. Now, which deck am I going to use? They're telling me to use the Gilded Tarot Royale. The mainstream media, because the mainstream media is now starting to come out not very favourable towards the administration. So what's happened is that on the CBS News, the army survivors of the deadly attack on Kuwait are disputing the Pentagon's account of what actually happened that resulted in 6 service members unalived and more than 20 wounded. So that's on CBS. On CNN, they've now come out and put out about the automatic military draft registration that will take effect in December. Now, both of those I've posted in my post section. And as I split the deck, well, we've got something being exposed, and we've got here the higher authorities can be the administration, or should I say the regime. I love how I started using that word and now everybody's using the word regime. Not saying that I was first, but yeah, I love how it's caught on as a word. The higher authorities, the regime, and finding itself fully exposed. So, couple of little blurbs. The automatic military draft registration. Young eligible men will automatically be registered for the military draft pool starting in December. It was a measure tucked into the annual Defence Policy Bill Congress signed into law December 2025. So basically, it's men aged 18 to 26 must already register for selected service in case of a draft is required, and that they can then be called up. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I bet a lot of people didn't realise that this was actually law or part of the legislation. The Orange Twerp signed it into law in December last year. Okay, and the army, so please spread that far and wide, because I suspect the young people might have something to say about that. And then we've got the CBS report of the interviewers of the survivors. So where do I go with this? I want to have a look if mainstream media. Oh, yeah. Okay, we've got the those that had tied themselves to the red devil here. This is also one of my cards for the orange idiot, or not so much the orange idiot, but those that are behind the curtain of the orange idiot, dancing the tune, dancing to the tune. And we've got here the young people, the Seven of Swords. So the devil versus the Seven of Swords. I think young people might be quite surprised. I noticed that it is men, not all people, so women are not included. That's very much of what's coming out of the Pentagon at the moment. Also, just, yeah, I think they might have something to say with that Four of Cups. They might be rejecting, find out that they are rejecting this legislation. Interesting also too, with Pope Leo giving the middle finger to the regime. There was a report that came out yesterday. Who was I watching that said, can't remember who I was watching, had that the Pope had been talking to the person who had written a book on Opus Dei. I was there going, yeah. Oh, it might have been on Hogarth's Live yesterday, where I just was really wanting to go through the screen and point out that the Pope has actually ordered an investigation into Opus Dei. So that's why he would have been talking to the author of the book that was showing that had written a book about the connections of overstay to financial institutions, etc. And this is why there's such an attack on the Pope or the papacy, because yeah, he's ordered an investigation into these nefarious behind the scenes operatives that are claiming Catholicism but are not. Oh, it might have been on Rosie. I can't remember which one it was. Okay, but anyhow, Rosie's insights. But I want to have a look. So I want to have a look at mainstream media. Mainstream media seems to be reporting stuff that happened previously, that, before they would have covered up. So come on down, let's have a look. Well, what have I got that flipped out? I've got the false election, I've got the vote flipping, and on the bottom I've got the military in regards to the government. So what's happening here? Being fully exposed. Ah, and bringing about the downfall. Okay, so where do I go with this? The false victory. This is my vote flipping card being exposed and the downfall. So, and then the sword of truth being brought forward. Now, do not underestimate. Oh, okay, right. We've got the Ten of Pentacles here, which is about the snouts in the trough of the oligarchical money and walking away from this snout troughing, or trough snouting, I should say, with this loss and disappointment. Okay, Nine of Wands, nightmare situation. I have two cards in the deck about vote flipping, and this is the second one. The Two of Pentacles, the voter, and information, huge information coming out with that Ace of Wands. I think, okay, Page of Wands, information coming forward, trying to move out of troubled waters with the Six of Swords, complete and utter downfall, and the death of those that are connected and manipulated, loss, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. They are in a position where they are going to have to choose a path forward with that Two of Wands. There are rumblings in the mainstream media about this starting to. I mean, we've been talking about it for 18 months now. No, what are we looking at? 15 months, 16 months. You and I and everybody in between knew that this election was stolen, but it's now it's now starting to gain momentum, I think, in the mainstream media. You've got here DNI Haynes bringing forward her report. This is my Fleon card. Haven't heard much from Fleon lately. Just all too much. With the Ten of Wands, the information that's going to come out, it's going to be overwhelming, it's going to be chaotic. You've got the Eight of Swords, and you've got the High Priestess as the secrets are revealed, and then the Star card. The healing can begin. We've got the Hermit, the investigation. We've got the Justice card, and we've got the Hanged Man card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 major arcana to end this. Okay, so I'm just going to put it out there. Mainstream media can see the writing on the wall. Now, they are there for the money. They're not there for. They're not. Yes, they are propaganda machines at the moment, but it's all about the money. So let's have a little bit of a deeper dive. Are mainstream media turning on the regime? I think because there's momentum and they can see the momentum, and they're sort of starting to seed this turn. I feel like we're sort of thumb twiddling frantically, waiting for this to all explode, because momentum is turning. They're just like, hurry up. Mainstream media. Okay, mainstream media. Are they turning on the regime? Come on down, let's have a look. Yes, they are. because they can see the end, the ending, the death card, the ending. And it is rapidly turning into a nightmare situation as the truth is coming forward. Now, just look at this, that they actually published the failed rescue mission into Iran. Oh, and I just want to comment on that as well. Notice that the person that was rescued, no names, no photographs, no reports about how they are. There is some speculation that they were a high-ranking officer that may not have been there as a weapons person in the back of the plane. I can't remember the actual official name. When that was mentioned, the instant reaction I got was, do you remember the movie Predator? It's an old movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they send this crack team in to rescue the crew of a downed helicopter or something, and goes horribly, horribly, horribly wrong, mainly because there was this Predator thing, but it goes horribly wrong. And when the crack team gets in there, they realize that that wasn't the actual mission that they were sent in for, to rescue the crew, because the helicopter had been significantly reinforced. It was where it shouldn't have been, and when they actually caught up with the high-ranking official that was supposedly captured, not by the Predator, but by the other side. Yeah, it was absolutely nothing to do with what they had been told it was something to do with. That's the vibe I get about this particular person that they were being sent in to rescue. Okay, come on down. We'll see how that plays out. But the Nine of Swords, yeah, because the situation, the truth is undeniable, and it is rapidly turning into a nightmare situation. They are finding themselves having to view what they are being fed differently. Now, also notice a few reporters are starting to push back on KKK Levitt. Oh gosh, when she goes on maternity leave, and I keep getting she'll go early. I believe she's due in May. I don't know when leave was supposed to start, end of April. I get that she's going to pull the plug early. It may only be by a week or a couple of days or something like that, but I do get the feeling that she's out of there early. There are rumours that they're going to put Erica in instead. Oh man, she is going to be eaten alive. But yeah, the hanged man starting to view what they are being fed differently. In the past, we've got the mercenary actions. Yes, they were behaving in a mercenary fashion because they didn't want to get sued. But let's see how this goes. The Four of Pentacles at the top. Something that they are aware of that they have not yet reported on. And when I'm talking about elections, pentacles mean the votes. So there is something here that they are aware of, that they've kept under wraps to date. Let's see where this goes. Okay, again, Queen of Cups, not again, but I'm talking about it backs this card up. Something that has not yet been put out there and been kept under wraps, because if they were to report on it, it is huge. Ten of Wands. Chaotic. The information is just, it is coming out that it is overwhelming. It's like, where on earth do we start in regards to this? And there's my D&I Haynes report. Again, Queen of Wands bringing forth this information. Hopes and fears, weighing the balance, the Justice card, weighing things in the balance, and the Sun, the Three of Cups, and the World card as the outcome. it is all going to get exposed. We will be celebrating at long last, and it will bring an ending to this regime, this era. That's what's happening in the world. Page of Pentacles, information being brought forward about potential votes, the Nine of Pentacles, those that feathered their nests, and then we've got the military coming in. The military coming in, and there's that Lovers, Wands, Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. We've got here the Seven of Pentacles, not yet harvested, the abuse of power, the election flip, information coming from overseas that will be volatile. Three of Wands, Knight of Wands. We've then got here the King of Cups. It's always been my Biden card, but it's also a lot of other characters like Mark Kelly, etc. But volatile information coming in from overseas that results in this walking away from the oligarchical influence and the illusion and delusion, the smoke and mirrors, the poor choices. It's the end of this it's part of the end of this financial era. We've got the Page of Swords, the whistleblower coming forward, and we've got Harris, and we've got the Temperance card trying to spin the story, but it's also about restoring a balance. It's coming. Oh dear, but let me hurry up. Okay, so where do I want to go with this? So mainstream media now reporting draft, now reporting being lied to by the Pentagon. Oh boy, is the mainstream media going to bring forth start reporting? And that's the, oh God. What I'm getting is that it's going to be, oh, we didn't realise, or, it's only just come to light. Oh, please. Start reporting on election steal. Start reporting on election steal. Now watch what happens in Hungary. Orban, is it Orban? This weekend, I believe the election is. While I'm talking about that, we've got the Eight of Swords. He might find himself in a bit of a pickle there, arrested as there is voter trails being and the harsh truth being brought forward as votes are counted. Yeah, he's going to try and do a Putin-style cheating. Ergo, 98% voted for me. It's not going to wear. Let's have a look. Is the mainstream media going to start reporting on the election steal? Down, let's have a look. Right, Five of Cups, regret. Yep, fair enough. Regret. Ten of Swords. Stabbed in the back, downfall, out for the count. The Four of Cups, an offer being made that they are reluctant to take. And then you've got, this is my card in this particular deck. I call this one the Fleon card because his Fleon, he's a moneyed oligarch whose father made all his money through slave trade in an emerald mine. So Fleon didn't come from nothing. He came from blood emeralds, pretty much. Okay, are the mainstream media going to, on the back foot, trying to defend their position? Two of Cups, coming to an agreement as this offer is brought forward. Let's see how this pans out. Keeping the lid on something, but looking at it from a different point of view, and the big yes card. Yes, they are. What is the story here? The underlying energy They're trying to decide which path to take forward as they're finding themselves financially. People are just turning them off en masse. This is public protest. But you've got the keeping it under wraps about the manipulation. You've then got the Knight of Swords, the truth being brought forward, and the Ace of Wands, the message coming out about the hidden agendas and the manipulation, the secrets with the High Priestess and the Death card. See what's coming out. I think because they're just losing too much money. No one's believing them anymore. So this regret and huge loss of the airways, rejecting an offer bought by the oligarchs. Now, these are oligarch made. It could also be that the oligarchs are starting to reject those that bought these channels because they're finding themselves more and more on the back foot. So they're in negotiations about what has been concealed, and they're deciding to actually come out with it. Okay. Yeah, I am just going to say mainstream media starting to turn. Oh, and I split the deck. Now these were like this. Split the deck. There's the betrayal, the abuse of power, the deceit, the win at any cost, and the ending on the global stage. And then a new beginning, a global ending, and this cleansing and new beginning, and the birth of something new. I really think what's birth of something new, or simply connections with the Emperor and Russia in regards to the votes. I think what's happening is that the trust of mainstream media has taken such a dive that people are just not watching it, not believing it, starting to call it out. And they're there to make money. They're not state-run propaganda yet. Okay, let's see how this plays out. Can't happen soon enough. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.